Hello friends, you already know what time it is. If you've got some water, take a drink. Try not to spill all over yourself. Water's so good, oh my gosh. Hey, how you doing? How are things going? I put this dress in the wash and I don't know if you could tell, but like this part right here was actually silver before, and it's because for this particular costume I had painted over the gold with paint so that it would match kind of the forest moon fairy vibe. So that finally washed off today in the wash and I'm a little sad about it, but it's okay. The gold is just as good. Speaking of gold, yeah buddy, we already know what this is. You already know what it is. Oh, what was I singing earlier? It was some song. No, it wasn't If You Like Pina Coladas. I can't remember what it was. Isn't that nice? I like that a lot. I think this part might be my favorite part. Like this whole setup right there. I think that might be my favorite part. It's so pretty. I hope you all have been having an amazing day today, or evening, or whatever the last section of time was before you clicked on this video and sat down for immense peace. Today, I guess we'll start getting into the rambling. So today was a pretty good day. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I popped up this morning, did some meditating, came upon some epiphanies that blew my mind, caused me all kinds of warm fuzzies, and I was just feeling really, really good. And then my dad sent me a message, and he was like, hey, yo, I want to have like a family meeting because, you know, the vibes in the house are not as immaculate as they, could be. And the truth of the matter is, growing up, whenever my parents would be like, it's a family meeting, I was like, oh my god, what did y'all fucking do? Because we're all about to get our asses beat. Like, I used to be so bothered. I'd be like, no, you are not coming at me with this again. If either of my parents see this, I love you guys. But, hopefully you won't see this. But, I mean, if they do, it's fine. But I used to hate him because it was, growing up, my family did like worship, and it was like, we come together at the end of the day to do our prayers, to read our Bible, and to just get really focused on God. But whenever we had a family meeting, it was because something went wrong. And so now that I'm an adult, and if either of my parents are like, hey guys, I want to have a family meeting, I have to remind myself that I'm an adult, and there's no reason to be afraid. I'm not going to get in trouble. I am an adult. I can make my own decisions, and I'm allowed to set boundaries and stick behind them, even if my parents don't agree with them. And for a lot of you watching this video, you may be experiencing a situation where you are experiencing life as adult offspring. And you may have a parent or parents who are not cool with the idea of you being an adult who can make your own decisions. And this is something that's really common that I hear about a lot. I hear that a lot of people who, they kind of grew up as people pleasers, they start to enact or like set up boundaries with their parents, and those things that they set boundaries for, like, this is like a hard boundary, or this is, a soft one or whatever. But, anytime I think about being an adult and setting boundaries, like, it used to give me really bad anxiety, but now not so much. I don't experience the anxiety as much. I'm like, okay, so this might be a conversation we have to have. Let's do it. And I have to, like, hype myself up to do it still, but I mean, hey, it's getting better. And now more than ever, I think it's so important to speak your truth and to be authentically yourself. Like, I told my dad at some point, I was like, hey, yo, my memory is not 100, okay? It's not perfect. So if you tell me something, like you walk by the door, first off, you didn't get my attention. Then you walk by the door super fast and you say something, and then you come back to me a day later and you're like, oh yeah, you remember what I said? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Because when I looked up, it was a motion blur going past the door, and I just heard, that's all I heard. I didn't hear shit. And I told him, and he was like, you know what, you're right. I should slow down. I was like, thank you, Dad. I appreciate that. I swear, anytime either of my parents hit me on some, you know what? You might be right. It's like a little achievement in the corner of the screen. I'm like, a win is a win. I'm so excited. I get so excited about stuff like that. I'm always excited to see members of my family grow, and my friends. Like, if my friends message me and they're like, you know, we had this argument today, but I wanted to make sure I held space for her. I'm like, yes. Come on now. Come through empathy, holding space for other people. I love this. Yeah, it was a good day. I've had some really weird, like just fucking weird, like spiritual, like signs and shit happening. So I've been seeing a lot of 414s. I've been seeing a lot of 919s. Been seeing a lot of 909s. Been seeing a lot of 888s, 333s, 444s. And then as I'm watching content, things that I am saying are being repeated back to me. So I'm making certain phrases, and then literally I'll open up my YouTube page, you know, because that's where I usually go to watch a lot of my content. I open up my YouTube page, and out of all the recommended videos, I am moved to pick one. I pick one, and within the first 5 seconds of that video, or the first 5 minutes, they're using a phrase that I've used. And like, I'm talking, if I were to tell you, like when SpongeBob was talking to Sandy, and he was like, you can't fight the Alaskan bullworm, and she's like, I'm doing it. She's like, I'm gonna still go. And he was like, what if I told you that the Alaskan bullworm would like eat people or whatever? Would you stop then? And she was like, no. And he was like, what if I said Flohen Boflegelnoeg? And she goes, I have to admit that stumped me, but I'm still going. So that. I don't know exactly what I was saying. But yeah. That's crazy. I'm telling you, when the thoughts decide they're like, alright, I'm finna dip out. That's what I was singing today. You guys, one of my favorite songs ever is on SpongeBob. When he's like, oh, what's the song? It's the one about the grill. And he's like, oh my gosh, I can't remember. But, I'm sorry, y'all, your girl is tired. Your girl is tired. It's just gonna be me laughing through the whole goddamn video. No, keep it together, girl. When he's like, oh, I was thinking about the one where he's singing about the grill and he's trying to be back with Mr. Krabs. You know, and he's like, this is not the stove I know. I would trade it all away if you'd come back to stay. This kitchen's not the same without you. It's just a greasy spoon without you. But then I also thought about my other favorite SpongeBob song, which is when he's like, I know of a place where you'd never get harmed. A magical place with magical charm. Indoors, indoors, indoors. Take it away, Penny. That was the episode where he was staying inside and he had the penny, the tissue paper, and the chip. Bro, I can't tell you how hard it is to describe SpongeBob humor to people who didn't grow up with SpongeBob. It is so difficult. I have met my ex. I was like, what did you like watching? And he was like, oh, you know, I fucked with Ed, and Eddie. And I was like, yeah, Ed, and Eddie was good. Ed, and Eddie, Johnny Bravo, Powerpuff Girls. Yeah, like shows like that. And then I was like, what about SpongeBob, bro? Like, you rocking with SpongeBob? And he was like, I never really got into SpongeBob. And I was like, I had a whole moment. And I was like, you know what, it's fine, you know, maybe his parents didn't let him. And he was like, no, because growing up in the church, that was the thing. It was like, our parents didn't let us watch certain things. But I was like, you know, he's forgiven. And then he was like, no, I just didn't find it interesting. And I was like, I gave you an out. I quite literally gave you an out where you could save yourself. But I get it. SpongeBob's not for everybody. Like Bob's Burgers isn't for everybody. It should be for everybody, but it's not for everybody. Rick and Morty's good too. I like Rick and Morty. I like that. If you're into anime, and you're into like really kind of cutesy, like everyday type anime with a little bit of breaking your heart because you're dealing with characters who are actually adults, I would watch Agretsuko. Aggret. Abandoning that. But yeah, it's about a red panda and her life, and she sings karaoke, and she sings like death metal, and it's amazing. I cried. I loved it so much. It was such a good show because it deals with like some of the adult decisions you have to make as far as like, do I follow my passion or do I stay at this 9-to-5 job where my boss mistreats me and he sucks, you know? So yes, that's a good anime if you're interested. I was trying to think of other anime the other day. Yu Yu Hakusho is pretty good. I've watched Yu Yu Hakusho. That's also very good. Hunter x Hunter. Yo. So I am the type of person to where if you ask me to watch a show with you, right? Sometimes what will happen is I'm the type of person who I'm kind of like a deer, if you will, a fawn, where it's like I like to roam into situations and be there, right? And just be kind of chilling. If you move too fast, you're like, hey, I'm a dart, I'm a dash into the woods. And somebody was like, oh, you should watch Hunter x Hunter. And I was like, I don't know. I try not to be watching anime that the episodes be too long because I like to binge things. And if I don't have access to everything that I want to watch, I don't wait. I can't do episode by episode. Also, I understand we have a dub versus sub conversation. Here it is. It depends on what I hear first. I have seen like scenes like on social media of certain anime play out and it's subbed. If those are the first voices I've heard, those voices now belong to those characters. This is something I've always had a hard time describing to people because like guys would be like, oh no, you fucking with dub or fucking with sub? And I'm like, so first off, dub or sub, I get it. But for me, it's the voice actors. Because if I think a certain voice actor sounds better, then that's what I go with. So, like, in Hellsing, I actually saw, I saw the dub because that's what I saw. That's the first thing I saw. But in, like, also Seven Deadly Sins was in English. That's what I saw. It's not in English. What I saw was in English. It was the dubbed. And I gotta tell you, Seven Deadly Sins was my stuff. And then it just started getting weird. And I was like, I can't do this. Like, I understand people are like, come on now. Stick with it. Just a couple episodes. And I'm like, I will give you 4. I'll give you 4 episodes. If after 4 episodes, I am not gobsmacked, if I am not gooped gagged, then I'm not watching it. Because why is it taking me a whole season to get into a show? I don't think so. So let's see. I watched Yu Yu Hakusho. Hunter x Hunter. Bro, Hunter x Hunter has had me cry multiple times. It's had me cry multiple times. I've been all up in my fifis watching that show. Not as in my fifis as I was with Attack on Titan. There's also another anime. It's a bit on the weird side. I think it's called From the New World. I liked it. It was pretty good. I saw that one that was on Netflix for a while. I think it was Japan is Sinking or Japan Sinks. Yo. I think after like 4 episodes, I couldn't sleep. That shit was heavy. That was some heavy shit. I'm trying to think of other like really good ones that I watched. I was watching Jujutsu Kaisen for a while there, and the whole reason I started watching it was because I saw an edit of I was about to call this nigga Jotaro. No, not Jotaro. It was what's his name? The guy with the blindfold. not Kakashi. I know the Naruto fans are like, don't disrespect. No, Gojo. Yeah. I saw an edit of his eye, and that animation was incredible, and I was like, I gotta watch it. Like, if the show's pretty, I gotta at least attempt an episode. I haven't watched all of it. There haven't been a whole lot that I've watched that I've been like, I have to watch the whole thing. What else? I don't know. I guess I'm just going on with my ideas, things I'm doing for you. Ooh, you thought this was a talking video, but it's not. It is a talking video. What was another one that I loved? I like the way they do sound in anime. Like, the sound is really good. I really like Boondocks. I love Boondocks. Boondocks is a classic. It is a classic. I was cackling because my sister and I were watching Boondocks, and it's like it's like the first episode, and it's when they go, the granddad, and they all go to the movie theater. And he's like in the lobby trying to get popcorn, and he's yelling at this dude about the fact that he don't want to butter his own popcorn, and then he just hits a this man, he literally is like, all I wanted was some popcorn. He just screams. Bro, I was dead. I was crying. I had my sister rewind it like 3 times. Granddad is hilarious. Granddad's hilarious. And Uncle Ruckus, oh my gosh. Uncle Ruckus be killing me. Because the shit he be saying pissing me off. Because it's very on some pick-me energy, obviously. Because that's Uncle Ruckus's whole thing. Is that he's just a giant pick-me. And it's just really funny to me. How the music, whenever Uncle Ruckus comes on the screen, the music changed. If you haven't seen it, if you haven't seen Boondocks, I recommend giving it a couple episodes, because that shit is funny. Anything that's funny, I say you should attempt. You should give it a chance and see if it's up your alley of humor. I hope I remember this thought after I drink this water. Maybe if we wait just a little bit longer, the idea will return. Nope, gone. That's crazy. Fleeting are the thoughts of man. A man who does what he can, but the thoughts, they will not remain. Instead, they spend the day floating around to and fro. Bruh, I'm telling you right now, holding other thoughts, it be getting difficult sometimes. Yeah. Whatever I was saying before. Ooh, let's take some deep breaths together. Come on, let's lock it in. Lock it in with me. Come Pookums. We're gonna do this together. Alright, so I want you to, if you're lying down, continue to lie down. If you're sitting, continue to sit. If you're standing, I mean, I guess you could be watching this video standing somewhere, and I don't want you to have to be uncomfortable. So just lock it in with your spirit. Lock it in with your spirit. So what we're going to do, and hopefully I don't burp through this process because I've been drinking a lot of water. Excuse me. Let's take some deep breaths together. Okay. Come on. Let's breathe in. Hold, and then we're gonna breathe out. And breathe in. Hold at the top, and breathe out. Let's go for one more. Breathe in. I hate when my wrists be popping and exposing me. and breathe out. Yeah. Wasn't that nice? Wasn't that amazing? Don't you feel a little better? Don't you feel a little better? Don't you feel a little happy? A little go-lucky? Alright, so if anybody ever sees me out in public and you see me hitting one of these, I'm literally Tobey Maguire from the second, or no, it was the third, from the third Spider-Man, before we switched Spider-Mans. It was the Sam Raimi Spider-Man. Whenever I'm hitting one of these, that's what I'm doing. If you ever see me from afar and you see me doing finger guns, that's what I'm doing every time, I swear to you. Because that scene was so funny to me. When he was walking down, hey, get on up, like it was a whole situation. And I was here for it. I was honestly here for it. I thought it was really funny though when he was like, I'll do whatever when you fix this damn door, to his landlord, and then he goes over to his mirror and he like puts his bangs, or no, that was when he was in the alley, and he puts the bangs over his face and he's like, and he's like being super broody, and I was like, oh shit, it's Venom. Venom. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys for watching these videos and giving me a reason to ramble on out loud. I really enjoy it. I'm kind of like a baby, and it might be the neurospice, but I'm kind of like a baby in how I like saying things and making noises and like being able to hear it. So like in a confined closet, sounds are different. Like sounds are different in the closet. Cause I'm stuck in the closet. If you have not seen Weird Al Yankovic's parody song of Stuck in the Closet by R. Kelly, you need to go watch that. I know that whole song. I know the whole song. Bro, that is a classic. It's right up there with like the old school Rhett and Link videos. You owe it to yourself. And if you don't know who Rhett and Link are, you should look them up as well. R-E-T-T, Rhett and Link. You should look them up. And they have a whole Good Mythical Morning show, but I first saw them when they were doing the parody songs. So like, what's one that they did? There was the one where it's like, I am a thoughtful guy. I think about a lot of things. I am a thoughtful guy, and I think a lot of thoughts about a lot of things. And I was like, that's my song. Overthinkers unite, bruh. Like, I was here for that shit. I think the Geek versus Nerd was really good. That was a good one. Epic rap battles. Guys, listen, you owe it to yourself to really get on YouTube and just see all the funny shit that there is out there. It's so good. A tip. Do I have a tip? I just felt that I needed to put a tip out there for somebody. Let's see. What kind of tip can I have? What? The time will pass regardless. Hey, 23 minutes and 23 seconds in my video. If there's anything that you're thinking, man, I really want to try this thing, and you're like, but I don't know, like, you know, like, for example, if you're thinking about learning a new language, this was something that I did. I tried to learn Spanish, German. It was Spanish, German, French, Japanese, Korean, and there was one more. I tried to learn all of those languages at the same time. I bought books, I went to the library. I really was like, I really wanted to do this. And I know a little bit in those languages, not a whole lot, but I wanted to start learning, and I felt like it was really late in life for me to be learning. So I was like, man, I want to start, but like I'm at below infant level. So what am I going to do with this? And then I just heard in the ether, and usually it's thoughts in my brain, I only have one, that's all echoey, and I hear it sometimes. And it was like, the time's going to pass regardless. And I don't know why it had that accent, but that's the truth. If there's something that you want to do and you're like, it's going to take me forever to get to a level where I am at least at an intermediate, or level, go for it anyways. If you want to start learning a language, do it now, because in a year you will have been doing it for a year. In 2 weeks you will have been doing it for 2 weeks. You might as well. I think life is about, personally, I think we are avatars. Pray to your aunt, God. Sorry, I saw an ant. I had to ruin his night, because if I didn't, I would have been thinking about it all night. I would have been like, that tiny ant in the closet that's 10 feet from my bed is preying on my downfall, and I gotta take him out. Now I'm hoping there better not be any more, bro. Because if there are, we finna have beef. We're finna have some serious beef. Yeah, the time will pass regardless. You should do the thing. Oh, I think life is about... I'm surprised that thought came back. So this must be for somebody. I believe that life is something that we came here to experience. I don't think there is a goal. I don't think the point of life is to do anything in particular. I personally believe that we are here as the trees and as the plants and as the oceans are here. We're here just to be a part of an ecosystem where we're living, I mean, I want us to be living, like, in a harmonious balance. I think that, I don't have my glasses on, so anytime I think I see movement, I'm like, the fuck? But it could just be my eyes. The fuck is that? I think it's an ant. But I think we're just here to experience. And that's helped me a lot with my stress and anxiety that I used to have. I still get it a little bit, but it's not nearly as bad as it used to be. But bro, I cannot believe you're trying to ruin my whole beer, harshin my mellow. Sorry about that. I'm gonna try not to get distracted. So I think that's why we're here. I think we're here to experience things together and to just do the thing. Yeah. Any other tips that I have? I like to give little tips, little talking points. I really enjoy the fact that people are not masking as much as they used to. I like that we are kind of, as a collective, getting tired of pretending and faking the funk. Like the Christmas concert I went to not too long ago. I think it was last night. At the Christmas concert, I was introducing myself to people, or I was saying hi to people, and I was speaking in this voice. And this is the voice I like. This is the voice that I am most comfortable using. And at some point I shook somebody's hand. I was like, what's up? And I was like, damn, okay. Is the Rizzler here? I mean, maybe. Coming to steal you, bitch. Look out now. I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. I would never. I wouldn't want that title. But yeah, I'm good. It's been a good day. I hope you've been good. If you haven't been good, like I said, I like to know in the comments how you guys are doing, how y'all are feeling. What else do I have? Do I have anything significant? I always am like, if there's something that you know you should be doing, such as meditating, drinking water, journaling, and you're putting it off, I feel like you have to figure out how it fits into your daily, like devotional practice, if you will. Growing up, I heard the term devotional used, and it was always used to describe what my grandmother does in the mornings. And my grandmother is a very, very, she's a God-fearing woman. And she prays more than anybody I know, like a true prayer warrior. And I realized not too long ago that when she's praying and she's meditating in the morning, I'm essentially doing the same thing by just, pulling an oracle card here and reading, a devotional, like a little devotion, women's devotional, or like, I'll go online and look up, like, I use CoStar, And I like CoStar a lot because it tells you about your big signs, like your big three. Like, I'm an Aquarius sun, and I know that can be very problematic. I swear, the Aquarius's biggest issue is that we're so mentally focused that emotions, can tend to be problematic. But what I tell people is, I think when you hear a lot of these really crazy things about various signs, I usually will say, well, this is what an unhealed Aquarius looks like versus a healed Aquarius, or a person who's working on healing, because we're never really truly healed. We're always trying to get it together, in some way or another. I know these ants are coming in here because it's cold, and they're like, what? Actually, no, it's raining. It's raining and it's cold. But yeah. Jesus, somebody commented on one of my videos and said, I like just hearing your voice, and so you're welcome. You're very welcome. I try to make sure that I have things to say, I try to make sure I don't run out of shit, even though all these videos are unscripted, and I'm literally just sitting here talking to myself. For so long, I'm just talking to myself. But my sister was like, no, I like watching your videos. It's like a podcast. And I was like, a podcast about what? And she's like, whatever you happen to be talking about. So, I know I was talking about anime, I was talking about changes that people make. Ooh, I don't know, this thought just came in. Somebody needs to get back in the gym. You know you enjoy it. Why'd you stop going? You were having a good time. You were focusing on you. You were doing your own thing. Just because that other person doesn't want to go to the gym with you doesn't mean that you shouldn't be going back to the gym. If you enjoy it, you should do it. The gym is great. The gym is amazing. Getting in there, popping in my headphones, and running to the dirtiest funk music possible is my fucking shit, because it's you're just in there, and it's in my mind, it's literally the Saitama training. And then I play the Genos theme when he's fighting him in that canyon, and he's like, unleash your true power, and Saitama's like, haha, no, because I'll fucking kill you. I work out to that song all the time. Oh my gosh. It's my shit. Working out to anime, theme songs is really good. Ooh, the episode of, shit, what's the show called? With Jotaro Dio, fuck. It was right on the tip of my tongue. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Yes. So in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, in the Pillarman arc, all of those songs are gas, bro. They're all good. I have one saved in my favorites on YouTube, and I listen to it anytime I need to be powered up, because the trumpets in that song, my guy, those trumpets are going fucking ham, and I love it every single time. I was back there freaking out. I'm trying to think if there were other things. Vincent Valentine, I don't know how people pronounce that, from Final Fantasy. I like his theme. Played on the piano. Ah, gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I love it. I love it so much. I grew up with my parents doing accents, and I really enjoyed it. And so as an adult now, I do accents, and I oftentimes have to check myself before I wreck myself if I'm in public and I'm about to say something really loud in a British accent or something, because my goal is never to offend. It's just I like how it sounds. I really do. My parents used to speak in fake British accents all the time, and I don't even know if it was British accents, but it all started when my mom met my dad, and they had me. Hi, I'm Ryan, and my life is kind of crazy. Oh my god. Life, man. Life is good. Life is good. There are times where you're like, man, life no good. Life feels bad. But then you have cake, or you have snack, and you go, life not bad. Life kind of okay. And then you look up and there's a little bit of sunlight peeking through the clouds, and you're like, I think it's going to be okay. I think it's going to be a golden gram day. Bro, where are all of you coming from? Ah! I don't want to give the vibe that it's infested in here. But we live like right next to a pond and a bunch of other nature. We live next to ducks, who are hilarious, turtles, even funnier, and then squirrels, who are my favorite. I love squirrels. Oh my gosh, squirrels are so amazing. I think they're incredible. I think that if it comes down to it, I think squirrels understand the secrets of life. And it's funny because it's actually very easy to you know, like, connect with a squirrel. Like as long as you're not like running up on them super fast, if you feed them, you know, I wouldn't recommend doing this in like a place where you live where you don't want squirrels right up on the porch. I wouldn't recommend doing it there. I'm just gonna say that now before anybody gets the Snow White bright idea to be out here feeding nature. Just, you know, with caution. We're not really supposed to be feeding nature like that anyways, because they're supposed to be going and getting their own food. But my thing is there's always somebody who's got a little bit of food and they're eating and they're walking. So I mean, if you got a little bit of food left, why toss it in the trash? Why not give it to the squirrel? Full Sail's campus, there were always squirrels. There were always squirrels building something somewhere. And it's funny how many of the students would act like they'd never seen a squirrel before every single time. It's crazy. Well, that's another ramble video in the books, my guy. What's up, brother? No. No. I think that's another ramble video in the books for us. And I'm happy that you were here with me. I'm happy that you are enjoying this content. If you're enjoying this content, I would very much so like to see you again. And I think that's all I have. Today was a pretty slow day. It was a pretty slow day, and tomorrow won't be as slow because I have some things to do. I have to go out. But other than that, I'm having a good time in life, and I hope you guys have a good time in life. And yeah, be in the comments. Be in the comments. Let's see what some of you are doing you're doing the emoji thing, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. So let's see. I would like to see unicorns in the comment section. Unicorns or... No, unicorns is good. I was gonna say or like soda cans or like turtles. Unicorns, soda cans, or turtles. Yeah, I like that idea. So put those in the comments if you feel so inclined. I love you guys so much. I hope you have a good night, and I think it was only one tip that I had for you guys. I always have a nice fresh tip for y'all. Okay. Go quickly before I try to think of more puns.